This video is all about learning how to change a photo to black and white and what adjustments can be made afterwards to make the photo look just the way you want. So first up, we're going to go to our layers palette after we picked out a picture that we want to change. I'm going to click on this half white, half black circle. Go down to black and white. This is going to add an adjustment layer right on top of our picture. It's also going to open up a properties box, which allows us to make a lot of changes to the photograph with how black and white looks. The first thing I'm going to mention is that there's some presets involved that you can click on to adjust how the photo looks. And they'll do a pretty dramatic change in these bars below. And those bars are representing what happens to a color in the original photograph when it's converted to black and white. One of the presets that I like the most is the high contrast blue filter. There's also an option here if you click on this little hand where you can adjust by clicking in the photo and going higher or lower to adjust how that type of color looks. So you can see right here, Photoshop thought there was a lot of blue, so as I click and drag, I can change how that looks. You can also add a tint on top. A tint is kind of making a photo a sepia tone or a different type of tone. So to add that on, you click tint, and you can adjust the type of color that you want to have as an overlay within the photograph. This can be done in a lot of different ways in Photoshop, but this is just one option. So that's black and white. Certainly if you feel like the photo is a little bit too dark or bright, you can click on the half white, half black circle and use something like levels or brightness and contrast to adjust how the photo looks. For example, I could adjust the contrast here with the gray arrow, or make the photo a little bit darker overall with a black arrow, or make the photo a little bit brighter with the white arrow here. So you can make multiple adjustments on top of each other within Photoshop, but just be wary because the more adjustments you make, the more data you lose in the picture. So you don't want to make too many adjustments on top of each other because you'll have a much lower quality picture in the end. All right, that's black and white. File, save as. In this class you'll be using JPEG as your format. That's adjusting the photo.